Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Law Talk, a public service of the Southwest Louisiana Law Center and CBS Lake Charles. I'm Mark, the Director Jetson.
Jonathan, Law Dog Fontenot from the marshes of Cameron Parish.
To the courtrooms of Calcasieu, this is Law Talk, answering your legal questions. And Law Dog, you have a dog with you.
One of the dog's dogs. This is Poncho. He'll be joining us today.
Welcome, special correspondent Poncho, to Law Talk. So, we have an actual question from an actual viewer, Sheila from Lake Charles. She writes in, she went to the QR code and sent us a question. Sheila wants to know if a person can now disinherit children in their will. Can people now disinherit in Louisiana?
The forced heirship has kind of been faded. I think there's a certain section you cannot disinherit.
Right.
But you can disinherit some if they're grown, if they're a certain age, or they're not disabled, if they're an Ole Miss graduate. Okay.
Perhaps, it depends. Well,
No.
so Louisiana is the only state in the nation that has the thing called forced heirship. You know, if you're from Louisiana, you've heard about it your whole life. The other 49 states, you can cut your kids out, anytime, any reason. But in Louisiana, for a long time, you could not disinherit your children. There was limitations on that. That was greatly curtailed in 1995. The Louisiana Constitution was amended to basically do away with forced heirship with two very important exceptions. Any child 23 and younger, under the age of 24, 23 and younger, they are a forced heir. They cannot be cut out completely of a will. Or if you have a descendant who is incapable of taking care of their affairs or of their physical body.
Incapacitated somehow? Or
If they come incapacitated, or if they are 23 or younger. When they hit 24, you can cut them out.
what do they get? What are they entitled to?
Well, there's a special, you don't have to completely leave them everything, but there is a minimal amount that you must leave a forced heir in Louisiana. It's called the forced portion, or the légitime, French term.
It's a percentage?
Yeah, well, yes it is. One child, if you have only one forced heir, they must get no less than 1/4 of your estate. If you have two or more, then two or more must get no less than 1/2 of your estate. Again, this is forced heirship. It's limited. It's only in Louisiana. This is why you must have wills. Now, generally speaking, you cannot disinherit those kids except for good cause. So that's going to be in Louisiana Civil Code Article 1619. So it is possible to disinherit a forced heir if they've done some sort of a bad act, such as attempt to physical violence on the testator.
Or to kill you for the inheritance.
Or to kill you. Attempted murder is a reason to disinherit. Non-speaking for a long period of time. Any sort of bad treatment. There are multiple reasons for disinherited that are spelled out in Civil Code Article 1619, multiple reasons. Just consider it any sort of bad act to the testator, to the one writing the will, is a reason to disinherit. It was greatly curtailed in 1995, not nearly as litigated as it used to be, but it's still very important. That's why you need to have a lawyer.
It has to be done in a will.
Got to be done expressly in a will. If you have no will, no disinheritance whatsoever.
If it's just verbal, the kids get half all your separate property, I guess.
Reason number 733.5 is to have a will.
Right.
So, Sheila from Lake Charles, thank you for that great question. If you have a question, go to the QR code right here and send us your written questions to CBS Lake Charles. We love answering viewer questions on Law Talk. That was a great question by Sheila. How does Poncho feel about the question?
No.
Poncho agrees?
Good question, Sheila.
Thank you, Poncho. That's going to do it for this edition of Law Talk, a special public service of the Southwest Louisiana Law Center and CBS Lake Charles.